Go ahead, Josie.
Say something.
There we go.
Well, I got to hang out with my friends a lot,
That's nice.
and I
Hey,
ride with them.
you did what ride with him?
I went on a bike ride.
Oh, bike riding. Very good. Okay, well, Norel, Paxton, and Casper, I just saw them, and then there we go. There's Paxton. Hey, Paxton, do you want to tell us something you did over the break? You were unmuted. There you go. Nope, nope, now it's muted again. There we go.
I hate this computer.
Muted again. Okay. Any one of you want to tell us something you did over the break?
Okay,
Okay, there we go. It's we went to a place called Seabrook, which is like a beach town, and we did a polar plunge there on New Year's Day.
A polar plunge? Woo! Do you like doing that? Yeah.
This was I think our first year doing it, and yes, it's fun, but it also is horrible at the same time.
Yeah, fun and horrible. Can everybody pose for a picture really quick when Paxton gets back here? Just a second. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think I got y'all. All right. So today I have an interesting topic. At least I think it's great. It's one of my absolute favorite topics. It's called growth mindset. So I want to know if you've ever heard of growth mindset. Raise your hand if you have. A few of you. Few of you. Okay. So what it is, well, first let me say, do a thumbs up if you like learning new things or a thumbs down if you don't.
I love learning new things.
Middle. What's the middle mean? Sometimes not. Read, what does middle mean?
Depends on what it is.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So some things you like to learn, some things you don't. Oh, got a couple more people. Okay. So today we're going to learn about something amazing, which is that your brain can grow just like muscles. Hey, Andrew. Hi, Kyrie. Actually, I need a new picture. So I'm take a picture of everybody. Ready? Go. Okay. Tina, what kind of look was that? All right. So I'm going to ask you. Oh, hold on one sec. I'm going to ask you if you've done these things, and we'll do raise of hands, okay? So raise your hand if you're good at drawing. I'm going to raise my hand too if I am, but I'm not good at drawing, so my hand's down. Okay, so we've got some who are good at drawing. Raise your hand if you're good at singing. About half? Medium? Okay. Raise your hand if you're good at math. No, good, about half. How about raise your hand if you're good at playing the viola? There's only one. Now, is that because she's the best at viola and none of the rest of you could play the viola? What do you think? Is it because maybe she's practiced? Well, here's what we're gonna do. Wait, let me do one more. Who here can do a flip on a trampoline? Raise your hand if you can do a flip on a trampoline. I cannot. Okay. So, have you ever heard somebody say to you, "Oh, I could never do that," as they watch you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we say that, "Oh, I could never do that." But let's see. Sometimes we think things are hard at first and then they get better after we practice. So, I'm going to show you this little slide about growth mindset. And growth mindset is really a way that we look at how we learn. So, we do this. Your brain can grow. And so a fixed mindset would be somebody saying, oh, I can't do this, or I'm not good at this, I'm bad at this. And a growth mindset just adds a little word, I can't do this yet. Or they say, I can learn it. I don't know that yet, but I can learn it, right? So let's do this real quick. I want you all to yell, yet. We're going to yell yet, because yet is a very important word. When I count to 3, and if you're muted, that's okay. You can just say it behind your mute. If you're not muted, you can just say it. Okay, so I'm going to say 3, 2, 1. We're going to say yet. 3, 2, 1. Yet! Yet is a super important word for us. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story about a girl named Jenny. And I'm going to show you a slide here. So let's see if I can get there. Well, first I have to tell you, your brain is a muscle, and the more you use it, the stronger it gets. Here's a story about Jenny. Now, Jenny was going to school, and her teacher said she was super smart. Her teacher always praised her for being smart, not for trying. And so, because school was really easy for her at first, but then work became harder and something changed. And then when she didn't understand something right away, she thought, oh, if I have to try, maybe I'm not smart anymore. So instead of asking questions, she avoided the hard assignments and took only the easy ones. And she also gave up really quickly and got embarrassed. And over time, other students got better than she did because she didn't try. She didn't fail because she wasn't capable. She failed because she believed that being smart meant never struggling. So she stopped growing and she learned less than she could. And this is the lesson we can learn from Jenny. Believing you should already be good at something can stop you from learning. Isn't that an interesting thought? Have you ever played pickleball? Raise your hand if you're played pickleball. I have a daughter who started playing pickleball and she was like, oh, I'm not very good at this, but I should be really good. And I said, why should you be really good? You've never played before. Well, I don't know. I just should. And she thought she should be good and she didn't want to play because she wasn't as good as she wanted to be. But if you've never played something, how could you be good at it? Right? Can you think of something that helps your brain to grow? Anyone have an idea of what helps your brain to grow? Read?
Piano.
Sure. Okay. Doing what with the piano?
It's like learning and practicing again. Oh, and the keys.
Practicing helps your brain to grow. What else? This is lunchtime, huh? Josie, what do you think helps your brain to grow?
Exercise.
Yeah, exercising your brain. I'm going to share that slide again. Crying helps your brain to grow. Practicing, like Reed said. Making mistakes helps your brain to grow. In fact, if you already know something, your brain isn't growing. But if you make mistakes, your brain grows a lot. And asking for help. Those are 4 things that help our brain to grow a lot. Okay, so I told you a story of someone who was a fixed mindset, not growth. Oh, also I should tell you, mistakes are good. Mistakes mean my brain is learning. Here's a guy. Who has ever seen this guy before? Michael Jordan. Reed? Norel, do you know what he was good at?
Could you help me? He's good at basketball.
That's right. He was probably the best basketball player of all time. Now, we can debate that, but he was so good. But do you know what? In 9th grade or in high school, when he tried out for the team, he didn't make it. Did you know that? He tried out for his high school team and he did not make it. And instead of saying, well, I'm just not good at basketball, I guess I just give up, he said, I need to get better. And he started practicing every day before school, after school, and when everyone else was resting. And the next year, do you think he made the team? He did. And he started working on all his things and he literally was one of the best basketball players. If you've ever watched him, sometimes it looks like he's flying. He'll go up for to dunk the basketball and it's like he's flying. I don't know how he can stay in the air so long. He was so good. And if he'd given up, if he just said, oh, well, I guess I'm not good at basketball, that never would have happened. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to give you a statement and I want you to tell me how you could change it. Well, first tell me if it's a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. And then we'll see if we can figure out how to say it so that it is a growth mindset. So remember, growth mindset is when you think you can learn. All right, so how if I say, I'll never be good at math? Is that a growth mindset or a fixed mindset? Who wants to answer? Juliana? Juliana says it's not a growth mindset. Juliana, can you change that so that it would be? What would you say instead of I'll never be good at math? Got to unmute. There we go.
I am not I am not super good yet.
Yeah, use that yet word. I may not be good at it yet, but I can get better. Okay, how about mistakes help me learn? Is that a growth or a fixed mindset? Josie?
It's a growth mindset.
It's growth, yeah, because mistakes really do help you learn. In fact, if you ever have you ever learned a foreign language? Is anybody learning Spanish or another language? Sometimes people learn a language, but they're afraid to speak it. And guess what? If you don't ever speak, you won't ever learn to speak that language. And when you speak, you will make a million mistakes. Totally, totally true. But if you don't, you won't learn it. So you've got to make mistakes. And you don't have to be embarrassed by mistakes. That's just part of learning. You don't know it yet.
Relax.
How about if I say, she's just smart and I'm not? How could you change that one around? Paxton, how could you change that statement? She's just smart and I'm not. What would you say?
You could say, she's smart, but I can be also. I
Could also be
too.
smart. Yeah, I can be smart too. I
I
can
don't
learn
know.
that. No, that's good. Good try, Paxton. Yes, she's smart, but maybe she's smart in one thing, but not in everything, right? None of us are smart in everything. But to be smart, you have to try and you have to keep practicing. Another statement is, if I practice, I'll improve. That's a good one. All right, so let me tell you another story. This is a story of a boy. His name is Kevin, and he was going to play the piano. And where did my sheet about Kevin go? Hold on one second. Okay, so he was very talented. Kevin was. He learned songs quickly, and so people gave him lots of praise. They were like, oh my gosh, you're so good at the piano. But then when he got to harder music, he made mistakes. And instead of thinking this will take practice, he thought, oh, I'm just not good anymore. And so he practiced less, he avoided the hard songs, and he quit. And years later, he said, I thought talent was something that you either had or you didn't have. So there's Kevin. He didn't learn the piano. His skills stayed the same. But the lesson we can learn from him is that talent without effort doesn't grow. Doesn't grow. All right, let me see. So I was going to have you do this, but I probably don't. I didn't really give this out to your parents. So this is our brains. Tell me something you know that we've just learned here today about our brains. Go ahead, Juliana or Josie. What do we know about our brains? You guys could just stay off of mute. Go ahead, unmute, Josie. There we go.
I didn't know whether you're asking us because it glitched, but I would say that brains can grow. And
Do they grow bigger like this?
No,
otherwise it would break your skull.
Yeah. I mean, it will look at Casper's head. Casper's head is going to grow and his brain's going to grow. But when your brain is done growing, that's not the type of growing we're talking about. We're talking about all these kind of firing things that are happening inside your brain. Juliana, you have a quote?
Yeah, it says talent, hard work beats talent. Talent doesn't work hard.
Yeah, hard work beats talent every time. You can take anybody who's super talented, but if they don't work at it, then they're not going to get better. Perfect. I had there was one slide here that showed. Okay, we can talk about another good example is Thomas Edison. He was the one who invented the light bulb, and he tried more than 1,000 times to make different light bulbs. And in fact, people said, when he didn't work the first time and it didn't work the second time or the 100th time, people were like, well, you failed. And he said, I didn't fail. I just found 1,000 ways that didn't work. And his invention obviously changed the world. We are all using light bulbs that he invented. So let me see. There was one. Yeah, I want to go backwards for a second. I missed the one that was about the cities. Where is that? Yeah, here it is. Every time you practice, your brain makes new connections, like little tiny roads. So it's not growing in size like this, but it's making all these new connections that really help you. All right, so here's what I want us to do. I want you to think about one thing you used to be bad at, but that you got better at. So these are some pictures of maybe some things maybe you've tried before and you were really bad at first, but then you got better. Who thinks they could share something? Josie, go ahead.
I used to be bad at piano, but now I'm better.
And I used to be bad at viola. It'd be screechy, but now I'm not.
Oh yeah, the viola can be very screechy. My daughter plays the violin. But Josie, how long have you been playing the piano? Hold up fingers for how many years? 2 years? 2. Okay. So 2 years of practice. If you look back at where you started, you can see that now you're a lot better. Andrea, you have a story for us?
I used to be bad at hitting the ball with my bat.
Ah, yeah. And then are you better at it now?
Yeah,
How did you
I
get
got
better?
better. I got better.
How?
I practiced more.
Ah,
Daddy also put it on, hanged it onto a tree, and I would practice swinging with it on the tree.
that's a good way to do it. Excellent. Who else has a story? Thanks, Andrea. Anybody else have a story of what they used to be bad at, but now they're good at, or better? Doesn't have to be super good. Kyrie, do you have one? Did you say no, Kyrie? I didn't see it. You can't talk because you're in the car? Okay. How about anyone in the Price family?
Um, I took a break from running for a while, and then I did a cross country season, and I got better.
Paxton, when you first started running, were you bad or were you pretty good? Did you have some talent?
I was pretty good, but then I took a break for like a year, and then I came back. So
And you got better from where you were before?
yeah, a lot better.
Good. Sometimes I think it's almost harder if you have some talent in an area because then you start thinking, "Oh, I can't lose my talent. I can't have people think I'm not good." And it's all about what other people think, but that doesn't even matter. What matters is keep trying, keep learning. Okay, let's just finish up with what's something you could use a growth mindset in this week. When you look at your schoolwork, or in anything you're going to be doing this week, what's something you could think, I'm just going to keep trying, or I don't know that yet? Nobody has one? Kenai, let me pick on you for a second. Do you remember 2 years ago where your reading was at? Have you gotten a lot better in reading now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you can say, well, I can't do everything yet, but someday I'm going to be able to read those big books with all the words and everything. Yeah, you can think about that this week as you're learning something new that might seem kind of hard. You're like, I'm just going to keep at this until I get it. All right. Anyone have any final thoughts? Okay. Thanks for coming to my Zoom today. Hopefully you can remember the word yet. Keep trying. Bye.
I know.